George Poppett here, readmyopinion.blogspot.com. We're out here in Portland, Oregon. We're asking people about the impact of the crisis on Wall Street and how it's felt here on Main Street. And yes, we are on Main Street, and we're asking people what the impact is on their lives. George Poppett here. George Poppett here, readmyopinion.com. We're talking with Vincent right here on Main Street and 37th. So Vince, you know the economy is melting down and people are always asking, what's the impact of the Wall Street crisis on Main Street? And here we are on Main Street. So Vince, what do you think? How does this economic meltdown affecting you?
Well, I think it's not affecting me at all. I just got my hair cut and I spent $20 and they gave a pretty good tip too. So I think I'm doing all right so far.
You spent $20 on that?
Fortunately.
Looking good.
Yeah,
looking good, Vince.
Good. All right.
So, but no other impacts here from the economic meltdown?
Not so much, no.
Yeah?
No, I'm in social service, so,
yeah.
You know, it's probably good for business that there's a crisis.
We're on Main Street, and we're talking with Lawrence and Beth. And Lawrence and Beth, you live on Main Street in this beautiful house. And we want to know what the impact of the financial crisis is right here on Main Street.
Nothing immediately. It will be 20 years down the road. We don't pay for anything. We don't pay for the war. We don't pay for the $700 million bailout. We don't pay for anything. But that young man right there is going to be paying for it.
All right. And Beth, what do you think?
Well, see these beer bottles that are first round, 5 cents deposit, but every bit helps for people that are losing it.
I see. So you're helping out the homeless.
There, yeah, the woman next door has tons of grandchildren she has to take care of, and she just got fired from Nationwide Insurance.
Oh dear.
And she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's hitting. It's hitting.
So do you think something will fix this, or do you think we just have to ride it out?
Well, I think it's making us a kinder and gentler nation.
Yeah.
People really look out and think, what do you need and what can I do? And I think that's a positive thing.
All right. Lawrence, anything else you want to say?
Well, I just want to say that I'm celebrating in January when we finally get rid of this awful, woeful administration we've had for the last 8 years that has made a total joke of our country around the world, that has condoned torture, that has gone to war with absolutely no pretenses, that has spied on people, that is a absolute, and now they're leaving us with the worst economic situation that we've faced since the Great Depression. So, good riddance. That's
all right. Well, Lawrence and Beth, thank you. This is George Poppett, readmyopinion.blogspot.com. Back to you. We're back on Main Street, and we're talking to Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth, everyone is saying that the meltdown on Wall Street is having an impact on Main Street. So what do you think? What is the impact on Main Street as far as you're concerned?
Well, let's see. Looks like traffic's a little slow right now.
Yeah. Anything else in terms of, the economics here on Main Street?
Well, gotta say for myself, it's been going okay, but I don't want to be retiring right now.
Yeah, good point. Now, Elizabeth, we noticed that you were just grocery shopping. How do the prices look in the grocery store?
They're not changing too much at the moment, as far as I can tell.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to add for our viewers out there in internet land?
This is a tragedy. We didn't have to have this happen. If we had had better oversight for the last 8 years, it would have been a lot better.
All right. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. George Poppett here. Back to you. And we're talking with Todd. And Todd, everyone's talking about the impact of the meltdown on Wall Street as it's felt on Main Street. Well, here we are on Main Street. So, Todd, what do you think about this impact on Main Street?
It's really difficult for everybody. With housing pricing going down, the economy is just not in real good shape. And I mean, if you have kids, which I do, that are in college, it's really tough. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's being felt by everybody.
I noticed that you just came out of the grocery store.
Yes.
How's that doing over there?
They're extremely busy, but you got to eat. So and if you have kids, you got to buy food. So you cut back in other areas to make sure that you have enough food and everything for the family.
Well, Todd, thanks.
You bet.
George Poppett here. Back to you.
This is George Poppett here, interviewing a cat about Main Street. What do you say? That's very interesting.